Hey, it's Dominic D'Angelo. I've dined with kings and queens and feasted on pork and beans, but I'm here. It's a Freaky Friday, and it is a Flamethrower Friday. It is with Robert Karplis, WE Creative _ish. Robert, how are you? Happy Rumor and Innuendo.
Happy Friday, everybody. Big Memorial Day weekend up ahead. Quick programming note at the top. We're going to be enjoying Memorial Day with our family, so we will not have a Rumor and Innuendo episode up on Monday, but that means Tuesday's show is going to be supersized. We're going to be talking all things Double or Nothing, all things King and Queen of the Ring, and then the Raw Fallout. So tune in Tuesday at noon Eastern for the next episode of Rumor and Innuendo. So we're starting you out with some disappointment, which is a Tony Khan special. So here we are. How was the press conference yesterday?
It was a press conference. It's pretty boilerplate, I think, for the AEW media calls. Tony Khan gave some answers, made some indications, but really didn't hint at anything too much. I think the big takeaways probably were, at the beginning, they were talking about the TV rights deal and the incentive of putting on a good pay-per-view beforehand. Tony kind of indicated they're under the exclusive rights to Warner Brothers Discovery still at the moment. So he indicated that there's a desire to renew and kind of things like that. Otherwise, though, I asked about Mark Henry, per your suggestion too. So I happened to, I threw that out there. Did not get a definitive answer on if he plans to resign or if he plans to let him go or whatever. Just he praised Mark Henry and everything like that. And then the one other thing that was pretty. Oh, my old boss Bill Pritchard from WrestleZone happened to ask about him being an on-air character, Tony Khan, and what his thoughts are about that. Tony said he initially wanted to keep it limited and still wants to keep it limited, basically. He said he was only on there for 2 seconds this past Dynamite and thought that was A-okay. But really wanted to put over the wrestlers more so than anything else in the card this Sunday. So those were probably the biggest takeaways of the whole thing there, Robert. One more thing, I guess. Dave Meltzer asked him about if he had any kind of regrets or wishes he could do something over while these past 5 years. And he said, absolutely, I want to get fan feedback and stuff like that. But he also said that wanted to learn from history. And he thinks he considers himself like big hit into wrestling history and wants to learn from history. And so he definitely does. And he didn't want to throw anybody on their bus, he said, or bury anybody. So that was an interesting takeaway, considering, there's a lot of reflections of late WCW and what we see sometimes with the AEW. So I'm hoping he's going to learn from history, Robert.
Hasn't happened yet. I would have put top of the list taking off that stupid hat during the press conference in December when addressing the Jericho situation and sexual assault in your company. Not the best look. That would have been number one on the list, but number two probably would have been to not make those comments about Big Swole that he did so publicly. Those two definitely come to mind as being gaffes.
I would say probably like a big thing would be nipping this whole all out, brawl out, all in, brawl in stuff in the bud. Like just taking leadership and ownership of that and making sure stuff got legitimately structured and, what you needed to do and handle it right then and there instead of that. That's like,
I don't know. I still think the biggest regret that he is going to have when he looks back on this company in the future is not immediately setting up a developmental system to breed and train new talent. You have QT Marshall, who's, as much as I joke about QT is an excellent trainer. Mm-hmm. He's got that facility in Atlanta. And when you had him and Cody there running the Nightmare Factory, and you had those dark elevation tapings at Universal Studios, you could have built a training division to rival what NXT offers. Right. And take some of those younger talents, a Griff Garrison, a Red Velvet, hone their skills there, let them get their confidence underneath them, let them learn how to work consistently, let them learn how to work in TVs, have them run small indie shows, work high school gyms, but it's just all your talent, all your people. So when they do come to the main roster and they are on TV, they're better, they're more polished, they're ready to go. Last Friday's SmackDown, highest rated segment was the Nia Jax Jade Cargill match. Jade Cargill is absolutely a star. She is a star that was discovered by Tony. She was signed by Tony. They tried to cultivate her, and now WWE is reaping all those benefits. We see what happened with Satnam Singh on Dynamite on Wednesday, and he's been under the company's contract for a couple of years now. I have not seen any sort of marketed improvement from him. These guys need reps. They need opportunities. I think even some of the talent that's supposedly, quote, major stars, like a Ricky Starks, would benefit from getting that sort of opportunity. The guys who really worked in that system, because they worked a lot of dark elevation, got a lot of opportunities, were the Guns.
Right.
And see how great they are now compared to where they were 3-4 years ago. It's not a difficult formula to crack. And he has the resources and time, and they bought Ring of Honor. You could have put it under that banner in the same way you put the NXT banner. And then you have new guys ready to go. Instead, he's sort of put himself in this position where he's constantly relying on, I got to sign the next person, whoever is out there. And for this pay-per-view on Sunday, in their triple main events, in 2 of those main events are guys that he just paid a boatload of money for, in Mercedes Moné and Kazuchika Okada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Robert, I'm with you too. It's like if he laid a foundation of a good developmental system, bought that ROH brand and utilized that as his developmental system, made a brand, an identity out of that, but plus you incorporate, indie shows or getting the experience and the reps of those talents outward and throughout, all different areas of the country and whatever it may be, you really have something going there, and you have a good core farm system, quote unquote, for all this kind of thing. And you don't have to worry about the necessary of like losing a talent and then having the ability to plug somebody you have confidence into that role, into a role moving forward. It's very telling. It's upsetting. There's so much potential with what Tony had at his hands, and a lot of it was squandered, unfortunately, I feel.
It was, and it's like you look at the brawl out situation, and you look at who he kept and who he lost.
Mm-hmm.
If you were running a company, would you rather have CM Punk or would you rather have the Young Bucks? And look at the ratings that CM Punk has drawn up recently, and the ratings the Bucks have drawn recently. It's sort of a no-brainer.
Right. It is.
But what's also a no-brainer is we got a whole lot of previews. Right now, I think the SmackDown taping is going on in Jeddah.
Oh.
So shout out to all you folks in Saudi Arabia watching us right now while also watching SmackDown. Huge. We are massive in Jeddah. Huge in Riyadh.
They're watching me, a journalist, for different reasons, though.
They're watching you because you posted on Facebook that in 5th grade you learned about Hanukkah, and they're like, oh, no.
That's it. I'm out.
Sorry. But by the way, fun. This is my show. I don't care. You want to be offended, you can be offended. Minnesota, right now, there is a politician who's running for office who's got a pretty good momentum, spreading massive anti-Semitic rhetoric. And the people of Minnesota, a lot of them seem to be like, great. So I might not be attending SummerSlam 2026. Just putting that out on top of every other great race. Much as I want to see the Mall of America, like my dream in life, kids, let's go to the Mall of America
with the Lex Luger shirt?
In the Lex Luger puffy shirt. God damn it, you knew it. You know,
yes,
that is the Mecca. That is you just want to walk in where there's that weird toy train store behind him. Oh my God, get the fluffed out hair, the black pants, like you're singing in a choir. That's the dream for any kind of wrestling fan. But maybe I'll feel more comfortable in 26 going to Riyadh than I would. Look, they love Paul Heyman.
Hey, they do.
Mm-hmm. I could be okay. They like Goldberg, but I don't think they know. I don't think they know about Goldberg. What I know is we got a lot of predictions and like 21 minutes plus a. You know what? Let's capitalize on the time that we have now, because guys, when you want to capitalize and make the most of your time, the one thing you want to make sure of is that you are confident and ready to go. And the prediction, the hell with the predictions for AEW, hell for the predictions at WWE. My prediction is you got a Blue Chew in your pocket. You're going to give that gal a good time, because this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Let's talk about sex. Guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed visit BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of the medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. I'm laughing because the awkward conversation I'm going to have now is my cleaning ladies are here. One of them just walked in as I'm doing the Blue Chew ad. So I'm going to have a chat with her after. Maybe I'm going to explain to her, hey, you know, your gentleman back home, he may benefit from this because regardless of who you are, Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Even you folks in Riyadh. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code RUMOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code RUMOR to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this very awkward interaction between me and my cleaning lady.
Yes. Wow. Thank you, Blue Chew, for all that. I appreciate it. I hope these guys will appreciate our predictions, Robert. We have King and Queen of the Ring on Saturday, tomorrow. And it is 5 matches in comparison to AEW's 10 matches.
I love this. It's a 1 o'clock start time. It's 5 matches. It's going to be less than 3 hours.
Yes.
This. I don't have to stay up late. I got my morning that I can go enjoy in the pool with the kids. I got my evening time where I can go out and on a date with the wife. This is great. You're excited about this.
Schedule is open, Robert. And I think it's not open for discussion who might be the king of the ring, because Gunther will be taking on the winner of the SmackDown bracket, which will likely be Randy Orton, who's going up against Tama Tonga. Can't imagine it's heel versus heel. We talked about it being Gunther and Orton on several levels. What do you think is going to happen here? Gunther's going to win, right?
Yeah, Gunther's gonna win King of the Ring. There's 2 possibilities at play here. It's most likely going to be Orton versus Gunther, which means he's going to beat Tama Tonga some way, shape, or form. By the time that you're listening to this, if you're not watching us live, you may have seen the spoilers and you may be aware, and you're like, Robert, here's what happened. I can't hear you. Time travel. That's not how that works. But I would venture to guess the finish is going to wind up involving in some form or fashion an interference from the bloodline, because they're there. They're in Riyadh. They're there for SmackDown. You may as if you put Tama Tonga on an airplane, you got him through TSA, you may as well use him.
Why not?
So I wouldn't be totally shocked if Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Solo Sikoa wind up costing Orton the King of the Ring match. I would love for Gunther to win clean. I think there's a virtue to that. The fact that they announced that the winners of the King and Queen of the Ring get title matches at SummerSlam really telegraphs that, look, this is it. We are on the precipice of the Gunther era. So I'm excited for it. Dom, what else we got?
Yes, we got Lia Valkyria.
Hey, you got it.
I did.
Look at you. Best in the biz.
Thanks. Taking on the SmackDown bracket winner, which is not between Nia Jax and who is her opponent, Robert?
Bianca Belair. Love that you're watching the product. Really glad you're plugged in here, man. I just said best in the biz, and you're dropping this.
And I dropped the ball immediately.
They're not going to drop the ball here, unfortunately, and they're going to give this to Nia. You need a challenger for Bayley. There is not a clear heel number 1 contender for Bayley. You can't put Tiffany Stratton in there again. She's brand new. You're going to burn her out quickly, and they've made that mistake. Remember when Gail Kim debuted and won the women's title on her first night? Yeah. You need some place to go. So I think it'll be Queen Nia. That way Bayley can vanquish her at SummerSlam, and everybody's happy.
There you go. I'm with you on that one too. Becky Lynch will be defending her Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan. This might be the one that's kind of a coin toss in comparison to a lot of the other matches on here. What do you think of this one? Do you think Becky retains, or do they give her a breather finally that she was looking for and Liv's the new champ?
Well, if these women wanted to flip that coin, they wouldn't be able to do it in Saudi Arabia. Women not allowed to carry money there. But hypothetically, it's all rumor and innuendo.
Yes.
You can go one of two ways on this. Yes, you could take the title off if Becky and Liv can win. I think the real motivation, the real impetus when it comes to Liv is her aligning with Uncle Howdy, her aligning with this new Wyatt Six group, and they're not going to do that in Saudi Arabia. That crowd is not going to give you the reaction that you want. They're just happy to see whatever it is that you give them. You give them Baron Corbin, these people are going to go buck wild.
Yes.
So you're going to want to save that. So I don't think that Liv is necessarily going to beat Becky. I wouldn't be shocked at a non-finish. I wouldn't be shocked. Count out, DQ, something where Liv can get a rematch, and then potentially you have Uncle Howdy and them help Liv Morgan get her women's title. But I would venture to guess that Becky will retain here, but you never know.
Yeah, you don't. I think if I had to make a prediction, I'll just go on a wild.
You do have to make a prescription or a prediction.
Prescription. Liv is more cowbell and Blue Chew. Liv Morgan. That'll be my pick. Sami Zayn taking on Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed, the Intercontinental Championship. What do you think here, Robert? Do they still carry the momentum with Sami Zayn as the Intercontinental Champ? I liked his promo on Raw. So, I don't know.
You liked his promo. I gave my thoughts on the Gable presentation on Raw. I thought it was a little goofy and over the top. I think Bronson Reed is there to be the Brian Keith.
Oh, boy.
He's the guy who's going to wind up taking this pin. There is still juice in getting a Sami Zayn, Chad Gable one-on-one match. There is still juice in Otis turning on Gable and getting his redemption arc. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're getting that again in Jeddah. You want to save that beat. The booking that everybody seems to think is what's going to wind up happening is you're going to see Otis turn on Gable, and then the Creed brothers come out and align with Gable and take out Otis, which is all stuff that you want to save for a crowd that's really plugged into everything going on. So this will be a good match. I think that Sammy will wind up retaining, and I think Bronson Reed's going to wind up eating the pin, and Chad berating Otis again for, failing him again.
I'll go on the opposite end.
You're just like king of spite now.
You can tell all that story still, even if you have Bronson Reed win. I'll say he'll be the surprise, and he'll get the W and be the new Intercontinental Champion. We'll see how it goes. Cody Rhodes taking on Logan Paul. Not title versus title, just the WWE Universal Undisputed Championship on the line. Got to be Cody, right?
100% it's going to be Logan Paul. Yeah, this Cody story, nobody buys it. He's not selling any merch. Dude's not over. Of course it's going to be Cody. What, are you kidding me? As you're chugging what are you drinking?
Body Armor. It's been in my fridge forever, so I have a bunch of them.
Gross.
Peach Mango.
I've been doing the Peach Celsius. It's quite good.
Oh, I haven't had Celsius yet.
They're not a sponsor, dude.
No, they aren't. Yeah, I'm with Cody. Cody too. Hey, you know what? We got 10 minutes to talk about 10 matches.
10 matches. This is like lightning round. I like it.
Lightning round. You ready? Here we go. Team AEW versus the Elite in Anarchy in the Arena. Real side note here. Report is Eddie Kingston is out a whole year, Robert, reportedly by Dave Meltzer. So, wow.
Jeez.
Just a bummer. Don't like that at all.
That sucks.
Yes.
And again, it happened at a New Japan show. Didn't even advance. There's no way that the Elite is losing this match. That would make absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'm concerned that they're going to get too cutesy and want to use real glass, and they're going to want to do some FU middle finger spots to very specific people.
Right.
But I also think that they set up this Claudio Danielson story, that Claudio is worried about Danielson going into this match, and something may potentially happen to him. But then again, something potentially happened to him after the last pay-per-view, and they never bothered to pay that storyline off. So joke's on us for thinking that any of these things matter. But yeah, the NWO Junior is going to wind up beating AEW.
Well, there you go. I don't know if you saw online, somebody posted about a month ago, there's a footage of Jungle Boy actually lighting himself on fire.
Good.
Yes. So the Chekhov's flamethrower.
Chekhov's flamethrower, man. Bring it on.
Jack Perry there tonight, or on Sunday, I mean. So be on the lookout for that. I will say I'm with you. I think the Elite win the further storyline, all that malarkey. Willow Nightingale will defend her TBS championship against Mercedes Monet. I know Robert's been a big proponent of Mercedes' work since she's arrived in AEW. Does it pay off tonight, Robert? I read on Sunday.
You're just spreading falsehoods left and right, and I will not stand for this sort of chicanery. No, it's Willow has been great. Willow has shown that she is a champion. She's someone the fans have connected with. So Mercedes is going to win.
Yeah, Mercedes is going to win. That Willow will have. She's a good, fun top women's baby face that you can utilize though further down the line for sure. Put her in that title picture, maybe against Tony Storm or something for future down the line. Swerve Strickland, the world champion, will be taking on Christian Cage. Compelling way they set everything up, I think, on Dynamite. We talked about that. Is there a chance Christian Cage could beat Swerve Strickland on Sunday, Robert?
So as crazy as it sounds, there is. There's the panic of ratings are down. We got to do something to shock people and get them surprised, and maybe taking the title off Swerve and putting it on Christian. Tony's going to think that's the answer. I think Swerve deserves a long title reign. I think he deserves a good runway. But at the same time, you need a heel champion for a Will Ospreay to beat. I don't know. We'll see where we go with there. I don't see them taking the title off Swerve, but given the way Tony thinks, sometimes it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, I think Tony's got confidence still in Swerve. I think you want to have confidence in Swerve because if you were to take the title off him, it's another star that you've kind of pulled the rug out from under, and you need to have some flag bearers here that really wave that AEW banner. So, and Swerve is a great get for them to use.
Look, I would be really upset if they squandered Swerve and Swerve got upset and he quit the company and he showed up in WWE and became a massive star. I'd be devastated. I would be so upset, so dejected at this terrible thought of Swerve becoming a major star in WWE. What's the next match?
We got the TNT Championship in a barbed wire steel cage match. It's Adam Copeland, the TNT champion, defending his title against Malachi Black. Brooding up, perhaps? Or is it just going to... is there a chance Malachi Black wins this match? Or do you go with Copeland on this one?
There's no chance that Malachi Black is losing this match because part of the stipulation, on top of winning the prestigious TNT title, where you can defend it against the Meg, is the fact that the winner, or if Malachi Black wins, Adam Copeland has to acknowledge the House of Black. And they're not going to resist the opportunity to do that whole Daniel Bryan joining the Wyatt family storyline here with Adam Copeland.
I don't want that to happen.
Send a letter. All right. We got 7 minutes. We got
Copeland.
15 more matches. Let's go.
Copeland. I'm going Copeland. Okay, Roderick Strong defending his international title against Will Ospreay. Is Will going to win this one? And that's going to be his first title for AEW?
So this is the one where I don't think Ospreay is going to win the title. I don't think that he's necessarily going to lose the match. I just don't think he's going to win the title for two reasons. One, I don't want to see Ospreay's first title win be for the international title, which is the 17th most important championship in all elite wrestling. And if we include the IWGP titles, it's the 72nd most important title in all elite wrestling. Number two, I think you need to create this chasm between Ospreay's lack of success and what's going on with the Don Callis family to lead to the split, because Ospreay is a full-on babyface. Don Callis family is absolutely not. And Ospreay, quote, disappointing Don, especially if he had the opportunity to hit the Tiger Driver and he doesn't in a moment of compassion, gives you all the impetus you need for that storyline on Dynamite. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking that what happens on the pay-per-view leads to a storyline. I keep forgetting I'm an idiot. I'm an old man who thinks that wrestling is logical and makes sense. I'm turning into Cornette. Get me a tennis racket.
Goddamn. Damn, son. So you're going Strong then, Roderick?
I think Strong will retain. I don't know how. I don't know if it's a DQ, a count out, whatever. Non-finish, schmaz, ring collapse, bloodbath, meteor.
Okay, I'm with Roderick on that one too. You convinced me on that. I think that's a good way to position it. Tony Storm, though, AEW Women's Championship, defending it against Serena Deeb.
Tony Storm
on that one. Yep.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Easy enough. Hey, it's not on the line, but it is an eliminator match, and it's the biggest title on the program. It's IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley defending the contendership against Konosuke
Takeshita. It's fine. Yeah, no. This is again set up to further that Don Callis story that Takeshita is going to be successful as a member of the Don Callis family, and Ospreay disappoints. Also, it's an opportunity for Takeshita to get a win over Moxley without actually winning the IWGP World Title, because as Scott Chaplin pointed out on Working Stiff, New Japan doesn't want Takeshita to be their world champion. They want Moxley going up against the New Japan talent. So this is a way to kind of appease everybody. So Takeshita will beat Moxley.
There you go. I'm with you on that one too. I hate
great.
eliminator matches.
They're the best. My favorite.
Hey, Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy in just a wrestling match. That was the stipulation. Just a wrestling match.
Well, it's a good thing they didn't give that away on free TV like 2 weeks ago.
Right. Well, that was a no DQ one, Robert.
This one, I think Orange Cassidy will win. I think Orange Cassidy will win in part because of Don Callis. I hate that everything is furthering the stupid Don Callis family, but I think that's what we're going to get here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go Cassidy too.
Or worse, we get the double swerve, bro, and Don is actually there to help Trent.
Oh no, don't do that. Okay.
Wrestling Old Head in the comments just said Trent joins Don Callis family ? Great minds think terrible ideas alike.
Synchronicity right there. We got Chris Jericho defending the FTW.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
We don't?
Move on.
Okay.
You don't want to think about it. Jericho's going to win. He's going to beat Shibata because they don't want to pin Hook. This match sucked last month when it was Hook and Jericho. This stupid thing is going to continue. No.
I'm going Shibata. Why the hell not? I'm saying Shibata.
Because you're a lunatic. Because you're a wild man. We got 3 minutes. We got 17 more matches. Let's go.
Hey, we only got one, Robert.
Oh, the main event. What is it?
It's the main event is Bang Bang Gang defending the trios title.
Oh, man. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So main event anywhere in the world.
Talk about this, Robert. Let's break it down.
No, we don't want to break it down. I'm going to have a breakdown if I got to talk about this match. It's going to be a fun match that no one's going to care about. 6-man titles don't mean they combine the 2 6-man titles. They don't have enough to support 2 divisions. They don't have to support 1 division. To quote that fan from Wednesday, who wrote this stuff? It's going to be a really fun match. That's the ultimate. Who cares? Because no matter who wins or loses, they're never going to defend these. It's like, hey guys, who wants to work Rampage?
Who wants to carry these belts around?
Who wants to carry these belts and have to work Rampage? Where you're like, good news, you're wrestling the Workhorseman.
Oh, jeez.
Or you're wrestling Kip Sabian and the Butcher.
What about what's his name? Angelico and Jack Evans. They bring them back. You can get them in.
Angelico, fun transition. Mike Lawrence, my co-host on one of my co-hosts on Working Stiff, brilliant comedian, by the way. His favorite character is Angelico because he's like, I have no idea what the hell this guy is. It's like a scuba diver who wrestles. He's a white dude who thinks he's a luchador. Nothing about this guy makes any sense, and I love it. Which is a good plug for this week's episode of Working Stiff is up with myself, Scott Chaplin, and Dan St. Germain. You can get that wherever you get podcasts. Same place you can get the audio version of Rumor and Innuendo, which is usually every Monday through Friday, except we're taking Monday off for Memorial Day to remember all the brave men and women that we lost during the Monday Night Wars.
That's right.
But don't worry. If you're missing Dominic D'Angelo at your barbecue this weekend, you're like, I wish I could hear more of Dom. Where else can the fine folks find you?
Yes, I know I said yesterday you can tune in live, but it's actually today. You can tune in live tonight, 9 o'clock, me and RVD, rvdtv.com.
Did it get moved, or are you developing Rob's memory?
We got it moved. We moved it. So it relocated to tonight. Be sure to tune in while you watch SmackDown. Enjoy us taking some time and riffing on stuff. We never really have any topics. I bring some stuff up that I think pertains to Rob or what he could give some thoughts on. We have a good time. So go to rvdtv.com. Also go to the Four Horsemen Network, fourhorsemenetwork.com. Straight Talk with the Boss, Magnum TA, Greg Gagne. We had a new episode that we recorded yesterday. Should be a very exciting one. We talk about big men, agile big men to be specific. That'll be next week, next Tuesday. But catch the latest episode now.
Big men like Big John Studd or big men like Lanny Poffo?
Oh, a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Ending on a very uncomfortable note, and that's what makes it the best here.
Not for me.
Oh, God. On behalf of the far too comfortable Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpelis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Robert, you're my king of the ring.